Every town has a ghost story that's been passed down through the generations. But what if those legends were true? My name is Miranda Young, and I'm the Ghost Biker.
Hey, everybody. Happy Thursday night. Happy February. You are watching the Ghost Biker Garage live. And I am not at the garage. I am here at the historic Scott County Jail. I thought, you know what? Let's kick off February with a little live investigation at, of course, one of my favorite places. But it's actually going to be a great night for this because we were doing our podcast just a little bit earlier from the jailhouse informant from the bank, and we started getting all these storm warnings and tornado warnings about sheltering in place. And so there are some pretty severe storms moving in. Hopefully that will sort of spike and amp up the activity here. Let me adjust this, doing this here on my phone. But why not? It's Thursday night, so why not do a little live investigating? I really enjoy that with you guys during the season, and so I'm hoping to do more of these this year. So again, I think we're going to have a good night tonight. I am here at the jail by myself. So I'm not gonna lie, it is a little bit creepy because it is windy, rainy outside, and we got a lot of lightning. So just want to say hello to the folks over here in the comments section. Hello to my friend Miss Sonia Thompson. Hope you're doing well. Jolly Jeffers Goins here. Nancy Weems, thank you so much for tuning in. Daryl Paulette, great to see you as well, my friend. Ronnie Anderson from Bedford Paranormal. Mr. Bob Burnell, good to see you. Dr. Christy Sumner, hey. She can attest when she was helping me kind of pre-set up a little bit of my equipment over here, and it's pretty creepy. What was really cool too is we were actually hearing running. I'm here in the booking room, and we were hearing running up on the floor ahead of me. I was also getting responses on the tripwire during the 8 o'clock hour while we were getting set up. And I was telling them I was going to be here by myself. And I asked, do you want me to be here by myself and talk to me? And boom, we were having stuff lighting up. So like I said, it's a little bit creepy here. Let's see. Hello, James Brady. Yep, we're so excited to be doing a live. Miss Kim Brady, hope you're doing well. Yeah, thank you. Thank you for confirming that, Chris. And so, oh crap. I don't know if anybody heard that. Tell me somebody heard that. That made my heart sink. Wow. Okay. That was coming from the stairwell. Something literally, it's like, I don't know if it ran a couple steps or what. I don't have any heat on in here. I don't have anything going. That was pretty cool. Let's see. Yeah, as Chris said, that made her feel really wanted when the K2, or excuse me, when the tripwire was lighting up like that. Yeah, thank you all so much for confirming that you heard that. I don't know how it translates and sounds on this phone, but it was like somebody took 2 or 3 steps and then went like that. Okay, so before we get started, we'll turn this light off in here in a second, but before we get started, again, thank you all that have watched last week. We broke down episode 1 of Ghost Biker Explorations and talked about several different things that we have going on throughout the year. Very excited about a bunch of those different events, and it was really cool to be able to go over all of the stuff there from season 1, episode 1, where Ghost Biker got started. Definitely, I'm seeing Nancy's comment here. Definitely get out the earbuds. That's going to help with this, because you guys are going to have to be my eyes and ears. I know we have seen shadow figures here on these lives. We've heard some pretty cool disembodied voices and such. So, and sometimes I don't see it with the naked eye. So definitely get those earbuds out. Now, we do have a couple events that are coming up here at the jail. Going to be next weekend, doing some special things for Valentine's Day. Chris is going to be leading 2 walks over at the Village of Historic Rugby called Fall in Love with Rugby. Since I'm here on my phone, I can't exactly pull up the graphic, but if you go to historyhighwayshaunts.com and go to the rugby link, you will find all of that information. And it's a special extended tour that she's doing, where she's going to be talking about the lives, the love, or the life, the loves, and the losses of historic rugby, focusing on Victorian love stories and such there. So that's going to be on the 14th and 15th of February at the Village of Historic Rugby. And then I'm going to be leading a special tour here on the 14th, which is going to be called Partners in Crime. And you're going to be able to bring, you know, your partner, your husband, your lover, your best friend, what have you. Oh, thank you so much, Chris. I'm going to pull this link up right here. This is the link to the Rugby After Dark tour. And then on for the jail, we don't have that one posted yet. It's going to be posted tonight, but you will be able to bring those. You'll be able to get the Bonnie and Clyde tickets or the Thelma and Louise tickets. We're real excited about this. And so you're going to get a Partners in Crime keychain, kind of like the old school best friend parts that, you know, split. And but these are little handcuff keychains. You're going to be able to get those, and you're going to get a souvenir photo here at the jail, as well as another special little gift that we'll talk a little bit about a little later. So that's going to be taking place at 7 p.m. on the historic Scott County Jail. Okay, it will be at this link. It is not there yet, but by the time, if you're going back and watching this at a later time, it'll be on the historic Scott County Jail event page. So thank you so much, Chris. I appreciate that. All right, so I got some different tools that I've already got set up. I want you guys to tell me where you want me to start. I'm going to turn the camera around. I'm going to grab my music box, my EDI Plus, and also the thermal gun. Take that upstairs. We've got tripwires set up on the first floor, second floor, and third floor. Got 3 tripwires already set up and running. And we've got, let's see, I do have a spirit box. Unfortunately, my SLS, I ended up running off and not getting the tablet that goes with that when I left earlier this afternoon. So not going to be able to do the tripwire, or excuse me, the SLS camera. So I'm going to go ahead, turn all this around. Bear with me as I adjust. Whoops. Get the camera here turned around. Okay. There we go. Okay. All right. So Christy says 3rd floor Roy's cell. I think that may end up being a really good place to start. Just gonna, like I said, kind of show you just how dark it is. We've got the door open over there, but I'm going to turn the other off. We've got the tripwire set up here in the downstairs area, going into the drunk tank. There's anybody in that room that can hear me? Can you touch any of the lights on the floor? All right. Let me get my stuff. Oh, that light just flashed. I swear I thought a light flashed whenever I started to step away, but maybe that was just my eyes. Okay. So let me get flashlight, load my pockets up with stuff here. We're gonna keep it kind of light tonight since we're doing. Okay, so it did flash. Okay, I thought it did. So I guess, well, Chris says no, it didn't flash. Okay. So it could have, well, I don't know, I'm seeing yes and no on this. But we're going to go ahead and do our original plan and head on upstairs. So let me just turn this light off. Head on upstairs. There's the second floor. Sure, there's no lights on there. We've got lights, flashlights in all the different rooms in there. I'm gonna come on up here. All right. Give me just a minute to sit this stuff down. All right, let's let that get settled. It's actually nice and comfortable up here. I don't know about y'all, but we've been having some real nice weather until today. Let me get this. Sure that. Okay. I don't know. This was working earlier, but give me 1 second. I just want to see if I may reset that right quick. These tripwires, they're my favorite, but they are, there we go. They're so cantankerous sometimes. All right. I'm going to set the EDI up kind of back here toward the jailer's walk. And I want to set the music box. What do you think? Do you think I should set the music box over toward Roy's cell? Just in case, because sometimes we get walking on the jailer's walk. No, Chris, I mean, it very well. Okay, so I'm going to set this down here on the jailer's walk. So that is facing this way where we typically get walking. We'll see if anything happens. I'm going to go on back here to the entryway. And I say we ask some questions. If you have any questions that you would like for me to ask, please put them in the comments section. We're going to go black here. I kind of don't like standing with my back to the stairwell. Oh, crap. Did you all hear that? Okay, the music box went off and like a slam. I don't know if you all heard that or not, but the music box just went off. And there was a knock. Okay. And maybe doing a cat and mouse thing. We're gonna come back here and we're gonna go dark. Okay. Now, whoever's back there in the jailer's walk, you made that music box go off. If you can you do that again? Can you do that again just to let me know you're here? Whoa. Okay, that's cool. All right. So I see you found the lights on the floor. So if you can hear me, can you touch those lights on the floor again? Can you see me? If you can see me waving, can you touch one of those lights on the floor? I know one thing I forgot to bring up here. It's downstairs. I've got the Ovilus. I did not grab that, but I do have the thermal. We may grab that here in a few minutes. Okay, if Jerome is up here, can you touch the light on the floor? Okay, I don't know if you all saw that, but the one right down below me lit up. Oh, there it went again. I'm gonna step back into the stairwell here. This stairwell is freaking creepy. Okay. All right, so you do know Jerome. Jerome is he up here? How about Harvey? Is Harvey Winchester up here? Oh, there was a big bang back in the jailer's walk. If you can hear me down there, can you do this? Well, let's see here. If you can hear me, can you do this? Okay, that was cool. So we got a knock down there. Oh, it got a knock again, and then it just lit up. Okay, so we got Harvey and Jerome here tonight. Is Sheriff Ellis here tonight? Are there any sheriffs on duty here with us tonight? Okay, that was coming from right down here below. There's something on the next floor. There's a knock. It came from right down there. All right, I'm looking to see if there are any comments here. Is the person who is up here, do you like to jump law enforcement? I hear there's somebody up in this first cell block that likes to hurt our law enforcement. If this is true, can you either knock on a cell door or light up one of the lights on the tripwire? Beth, we would definitely love to have you. Is there by any chance a Steve or Steven here with us tonight? Whoa. Okay. Thank you, Beth. Looks like there is a Steve or Steven here. Oh, it just confirmed it. Okay, Steven, do you want me to call you Steven? Or would you rather me call you Steve? Light those up if you want me to call you Steven or Steve. Okay, I'm going to call you Steve. Steve, were you an inmate? Or were you an officer? Stephen, if you were an inmate, light up the light on the floor, please. If you were an officer or maybe a jailer or sheriff, if you worked for law enforcement, touch one of the lights on the floor. Okay, all right. So I'm going to look at the board. Thank you. There's a knock again. Down there in the jailer's walk. Oh, okay. There is, so you may not be able to see this. I've got some cold chills. You may not be able to see this, but okay, here on the wall, I'm just going to walk over here. There is ambient light. You can't see it through the camera right here, but there's ambient light shining right here on the wall, right through this area right here. And when that light flashed, There was a shadow of a head and shoulders that just walked past that when that light flashed. That literally felt like electric on my legs, those cold chills. Okay. Okay, so you saw the flash of white light on the wall, Chris? Okay, thank you. Yeah, it was literally like a reflection of a person just walked down this hallway. And it was like slow motion. Yeah, I wish you were here too, Beth. You'll have to come down and do a live with us. All right, so I got another question for you guys up here. Are there any ladies here with us tonight? That wind is howling out there. If there are any ladies here, touch one of the lights on the floor. Oh, that light lit up, which is okay. They all lit up there, which we are standing here. So I'm in the stairwell. Right there is one of the women's cells. So that would make sense why that one would light up just right there. Now, Beth, I'm not saying, don't think you were wrong because, being in the jail, we could have, it's more than likely we probably had some inmates name Stephen, but we'll check the board here before we end this and see if there's any sheriffs or law enforcement there on the board that's name is Stephen. Okay. So let's see what else we got here if we've got any questions. Okay, so we do have some women here with us. So there's no wind at your house. Okay, that's weird. Maybe I was hearing something else. It sounded kind of like a sort of sound out back by the front of the building. We got a question here for the ladies here. Do you like to dance? Oh, okay. Do you like it when we come up and play music for you? Do you like the new music we've been playing? Some of that Hank Williams III. Do you like that when we come here and play that? Or do you like it when we play your hymns, your old church hymns? Thank you, Bob. Yeah, this is spot on. And as Chris said, Beth, in this area, it could have definitely been both. We did have law enforcement that served time, and we did have some people who served time and then went into law enforcement. All right, Stephen, I'm talking to you. Are you still with us? I'm going to hold up some fingers right here. So I'm holding up this many fingers. Can you light up This many lights? If you can see me, can you light up this many lights on the floor? So what are you, so Stephen, what year is it for you? I'm going to call out a few years. And if you could tell me what year it is that you served in law enforcement, I would greatly appreciate that. I'd like to get to know you a little bit better. Stephen, did you serve in law enforcement during the 1920s? How about the 1930s? Were you here when Jerome Boyett and Harvey Winchester was in here in the 1930s? Okay. How about the 1940s? Did you serve in law enforcement during the 1950s? If you did, could you come and touch one of the lights on the floor in the 1950s? How about the 1960s? Okay, all right. Look at that. That flashed 2 times. Oh no, that's actually the EDI plus box. That's a cold spike and a pressure spike that lit up twice when I said 1960s. And it lit up 2 times. Okay, thank you. Thank you very much. Let's see here. I bet they don't, James, and I don't know many people that do. That's funny. Okay. So 1960s. All right. Oh, EDI Plus is lighting up again. 1960s. Okay. And we got lights on the floor. All right. So, did you actually live here in the jail? Did you live on the bottom floor? Or did you just work in law enforcement? Oh, the EDI Plus just lit up a hot spike and a pressure spike. Did you have to work this area here by yourself? Were you one of the jailers that had to work by yourself with all these inmates? Cold spike and pressure change. Did you ever arrest any? Oh, we had a lot up in the jailer's walk. It's lighting up like a Christmas tree in here. Is there somebody over on the jailer's walk? Now, I just want to check something. Okay, so that's a hot and a cold spike. We do have one jailer on the wall. I just want to see what his name was. No, he was a sexton. Okay. That one tripwire light lit up. Okay. Just want to make sure. I couldn't remember if that was Sexton or Stevens. Stevens is a last name right here. Okay. Did you work night shift? When you worked here during the 1960s, did you work night shift? EDI plus. If you are back there on the jailer's walk, can you walk up or down the aisle? Yeah, the EDI is really responding, which is cool. Usually when the pressure changes, we get some type of activity. I'm still a little, my stomach is still a little weak from seeing that shadow. Whoa. All right, so you walked down this hallway. Can you walk up, lighting up all the lights? Either come toward me, since we're getting a lot of movement. I'm going to turn the temperature gun on and get this to show up. Of course, I had this in front. Okay. You can't really see that unless I turn it, but I don't want to block that. So I'm going to use the temperature gun. If something shows up, then I'll snap a picture. All right, can you walk toward me and light up every single one of those lights? And when you do, maybe have the cold on that little box, the temperature, make it go cold. On the count of 3, walk toward me. 1, 2, 3. All right. Let me put that temperature gun back in my pocket here so I can look at the comments. Okay. I've got another question. The person that I saw here in the hall, the shadow that I just saw, was that you, Steve? Steve, if that was you that I saw, can you touch one of the lights on the floor? Okay, you can't see this from here, but the temperature on the EDI box just started fluctuating as soon as those lights lit up. Okay, so that was you, Steve. All right, thank you. Can you walk off the block now? It's almost time for you to come up here and check on the inmates in the state cell. Can you walk off the block there? Okay, thanks, Chris. We'll go back and check that. Oh, thank you all. Now, Chris can attest to this. Is there somebody standing? Okay. Is there somebody standing there? One of the tripwires or trip lights have turned. Are you okay? Can you either step forward or step back and light the light either in front or behind you? I see you standing there. But would you mind stepping forward or stepping backward? Oh, well, okay. Thank you. That was pretty wild. The very last light and the very first light just lit up. Okay. Thank you, Beth. This makes my day, you being on here, and I've really enjoyed doing this. And Stephen, I've really enjoyed talking to you. Can you step away from that light? I'm going to walk up towards it here. Temperature's holding steady at 58.8. It's no longer shifting up and down. Let me just see what happens when I put the thermal gun. Oh. This is weird. There was something red there in the doorway, but that would be a heat signature rather than cold. Wish it would show up. If I can tilt this, doesn't really show up on this. All right, Roy. I know Roy doesn't typically come out of his cell. Roy, if you're still down there, can you maybe knock on your cell door? If there's anybody down there that can hear this, can you respond back? Let's see what else we've got here. All right, do we have any moonshiners up here with us? Anybody who was in here for moonshining? Anybody in here for drugs? I didn't hear a knock response. But let's go back and watch and see. Is there anybody that would like some whiskey? Anybody that would like some moonshine? Okay. Where's my vodka drinkers? Anybody like vodka in here? Or bourbon? So just whiskey. Some more questions. Okay, all right, so we got some drinkers in here. I feel like there's two people just standing in the hall right here, right in front of me. Are you just standing there? Oh. Oh, whoa. Okay, that one stopped. Okay. Is there anybody here that sings? How about the man that hums? I heard you humming one night. You had a beautiful deep voice. Can somebody hum for me? It's probably gonna creep me out if you do. But can you hum for me? So on the right, Beth says on the right side about middle way. Do we know the name of who would have been in that cell? Well, is Thaddeus here? Thaddeus, are you here? Oh, okay. Every one of the lights lit up. Is that your cell? Midway on the right? Thank you. So we've got Thaddeus here tonight. Okay, we got one light that just lit up right here. And we got Stephen or Steve. We also have Jerome and Harvey. Yeah, Beth is definitely dialed in tonight. Yeah, it feels like he's lingering down there. It really does. I feel there's somebody just kind of standing down there. Okay, so any of our ladies that are here, does any of our dancing ladies like to drink? I'm gonna do roll call of our ladies. And if you're here, I want you to light up one of these lights. Is Lisa here? How about Nicole? Heather? Tissy? How about Beth? So none of our regulars are here, huh? I guess all the men get in trouble in the middle of the week, huh? Women are only here on the weekends? Is Roy here tonight? Now is 9:52. And normally on this third floor, anywhere from 10 till 10 after, we hear some of the most incredible footsteps up here. I'm hoping, we think it's the guard. That was me dropping something. Okay, what I'm trying to get is, because we've been having some walking, I want to just turn this laser grid on. Oh, since we saw a shadow a little while ago, I want to see if maybe we can see something. Now, if you wouldn't mind walking through here, we can see you. Would you mind showing yourself? Tripwire Lotta. Oh, okay. I'm just kind of listening to see if I hear anything. Does anybody like to play cards? Are you still here, Thaddeus? Stephen? Thank you, Beth. I don't really want to leave. I was gonna grab the Ovilus, but I really don't want to leave. Yeah, the last couple times I came in here, you were asking about a cake. Is there somebody up here that wants something sweet? I just feel like something's about to happen. Whoa. That was a door slam down there. Not really sure where the door slammed. I don't know if anybody heard. It's not. Let me see if I can make it brighter. That's funny, Bob. I'll take that as a compliment. I think one thing I'm gonna do is I'm gonna open every one of these doors just a little bit and see. So that's staying open. I wish you could see this better. I'm gonna open these doors. And then that way, this one should stay open. So I've got all your cell doors open. Every single one of them. And we've been keeping the doors open. And then we've been keeping these main doors right here closed to try to keep it warm. I'm going to open these down here in Jerome and Harvey's cell area. It's kind of. All right. So all these, wow, I need to grab a brighter light. Okay. So we've been trying to keep those closed, these main doors, and the last little bit we've been coming up and we'll have a random door open. All right. Now, can anybody down there close one of those cell doors? Can you walk down this hall and close the cell door? Just slam it shut. Thank you. That's a good question, James. It feels very charged. It really does. It almost electric up here. They've had a lot of energy. It feels like the last little bit with the new year and with this weird weather, because like just 2 weeks ago, we were in like the single digits. And then yesterday we were at 72. And then I think tomorrow it's supposed to drop down. It's supposed to drop down after tonight. And by the weekend, it's supposed to be rainy and cold again. So we're kind of having a irregular winter right now, but that's how it is around here. You just never know. So I feel like that's kind of messed with the energy a little bit. Is there anybody up here that's going to come do head count? Stephen, did you ever work day shift? Thank you, Beth. Love you, girly. And I will see you. Is there anybody still up here with us? I'll walk down to the second floor or to the first floor. I do want to look at that, at the board that's downstairs. Oh, so you're still with us. Okay. Should I go downstairs? Let's just try downstairs right quick. Are you all good with that? I'm going to leave the music box. Turn the laser grid off. If you heard a sound, that was me. I'm going to grab the EDI. So we go down to the second floor right quick. Now, if you're up here, you can either slam one of the doors or you can set that music box off or turn the tripwire on. Well, you know what? I'm just going to leave the tripwire on for right now. I don't want to run that battery down. Okay. Let's stop right here for just a few minutes. Oh. Now, this was where I saw the shadow figure on that live. Now, I do have flashlights set up in every single room. And a tripwire going all the way around. We'll go dark. Oh, hello. Just went dark. Oh, and the tripwire just lit up. Chef Dan, is that you? If that's you, can you turn that light off? Chef Dan? Thank you. Could you hear me upstairs? Thank you. Just to confirm, if you're here, Chef Dan, can you turn that light back on? Do you all miss Sally? Step here a little bit, trying to get everything in view. Do you miss Sally? Do you miss the kitty? Do you miss us when we're gone? Kitchen just lit up. Have you been cooking, Chef Dan? If there's somebody in cell number 3 across the way, can you turn your light on as well? Light in the kitchen just went off. How about anybody in cell 1 or cell 2? Step back here again. Does anybody know Stephen? Or Steve? How about Sheriff Ellis? This floor just feels kind of quiet to me tonight, which is unusual because usually the 3rd floor has been quieter on my lives. If you can see or hear my voice, can you touch one of those lights on the floor? Just to let me know you're here? We've got cell 1, 2, 3, and the kitchen. If you are in one of those rooms, can you touch the light in front of your door? Can you step out and touch the light in front of your door? Oh, okay. So 3 and 2. Cell number 3. Cell number 2. Now, when we caught the shadow figure on the live, we were standing right here. Now, if the person that we saw that night is here, can you go up and touch any of those lights? If you have shown yourself to me before? Chris likes to say that some of my family has been in here and give me a hard time about that. Are you some of my family? If we're kin, go up and touch some of those lights on the floor. See, I didn't think so because probably any of my family would be up in maximum security and not down here as a trustee. Can you go and block out one of these lights? If you move in front of it, I won't be able to see the light on the floor. Can you walk in front of one of these lights and black it out for us? We'll wait. I'd really like to thank everyone in the chat for your questions and your comments and joining us for this special live. To the people that are down here in cells 2 and 3, I kind of want to know what year it is for you. When you were here, was this maximum security? So that would be before 1922. Whoa. That light just came on behind me there. So you were here when it was maximum security? Did you kill somebody? If you killed someone, can you flash that light? Ooh. Are you trying to intimidate me? Or are you just telling me? Thank you. Just to confirm you're here, because I didn't really like that. I had my back to this room. I kind of felt like, okay, a door just slammed upstairs when this dropped. Something just slammed upstairs when this dropped. I want to see what door closed. All these are open. Okay, Jerome and Harvey's cell doors closed. So one of these doors slammed in there when this dropped. That is awesome. All right. That was kind of, actually, let me make sure I've got a couple cat balls sitting right here. I'm not sure if they're on. Yeah, they're on. Okay, so those are on. Okay, trying to figure out where to stand. Do not like having my back to that room just then if they're going to turn the light on. Actually, I want to try something. Okay. If I stand here with my back to you, will you turn that light on again? Oh, the light in front of me. How about the light behind me? Will you turn that light on the count of 3? 1, 2, 3. I just feel like somebody's going to come up behind me and like goosel me. Oh, it flashed, but it didn't turn on. I feel like just someone's going to come up and goosel me or grab my hair. Don't like having my back to it. I'm going to move if you're not going to turn that light on. Thanks for tuning in, Ronnie. Oh, whoa, whoa. Is there somebody here by the name of Ronnie? I don't know what that was, Chris. That was weird. Okay, there was just a whistle. Thanks, Ronnie. You be safe. Yeah, it looked like they were saying goodbye to Ronnie. Can you tell Ronnie goodbye by flashing those lights again? Oh, thank you. Okay, that's pretty cool. Whoa. All right, so is Shoestring here tonight? Okay. How about Dan? Chef Dan here tonight? Are there any sheriffs here tonight? Who is the sheriff that is on duty right now? That's going to tell me what year it is for you. Did you know Sheriff Carson? Sheriff Laxton? Sheriff Brummett? Sheriff Ellis? Sheriff Chambers? Sheriff Goad? Sheriff Lay? Did I not name your sheriff? I mean, there was a lot of sheriffs, and I was just naming a few. Oh, okay, so I didn't name your sheriff. You're gonna make this hard on me. What about, gosh, I'm drawing a blank. Um, oh my gosh. Yeah, I have it on the tip of my tongue. Um, okay, if I think of it, I'll call off a few more sheriffs in a few minutes. But do you know Matthew? Do you know a Matthew? Do you know Steve? Sheriff Lloyd? Was he sheriff when you were here? Sheriff Lou Allen? Hmm. Can you give me a hint? Is there any, if you will give me a hint, can you light up one of those lights? Let me ask you, when you were here on this floor, was the kitchen up here? Is the kitchen where it is now on the second floor? Or was the kitchen downstairs? Was the kitchen on the first floor when you were here in the jail? Okay, thank you. So if the kitchen was on the first floor, then you would have been here sometime before 1960. Were you in here before 1960? There's that door slamming again. Tell me you heard that. That's so loud. The microphone on this phone is not great. I need to add a different microphone for when I do these lives. I want to see what door slammed this time. I don't know if you were here, Chris, but I opened all the cell doors and somebody closed their own boy at the cell door. Who's up here? Closing cells. That was probably me setting that off. Let's see. Well, now that other cell, that other door in here is closed. So it's somebody in the small cell block. Don't, Sonia, that is a good question. Okay, thanks, Chris. And she heard it. Don't have a recorder up here, Sonia. When they had the little tornado warning, that kind of threw me off a little bit. Okay, we're gonna wrap up here pretty soon. I just kind of want to come right over here and see if I hear the door slam again. Oh, Chef Dan's light's on. You like turning that light on whenever I'm gone? Did you hear the door slam upstairs? If you heard the door slam, make that light flash twice, real bright. Or turn it off. Okay. Do you like it when I leave, Chef Dan? Okay, I'm gonna go downstairs. The first floor. Okay, I'll ask this question again because this was pretty active whenever we were here before. Do you miss Sally? Is there anybody here that misses Sally? Do you like it when we bring her over? When she comes over to visit, do you like that? Now, when it was really cold, I brought my outside cats over here to the jail. Toby and Gypsy. Did you see them? Oh, huh. Did you see Toby and Gypsy? If you could see Toby and Gypsy when they were staying here, turn the light off. Okay, thank you. If you could see them, turn the light on. You want me to go downstairs? All right. Whoa. Tripwire. Guessing the battery must be going dead in this. This tripwire is all red. Let me just. This one may be going dead. Is there anybody down here? I think that wire's going dead. That is weird because Chris wasn't that a new battery? That is odd. I've had it go multiple colors when it dies, but never red. Can you light this up? If you can hear me or see me? Okay, I wanted to actually look at the board right here. Okay. Wanted to look. Butler was who I was trying to think of. I could not think of the name. I knew it started with a B. So if it was in the 60s, I called out Brummett and Llewellyn, but they didn't respond to that. Kind of looking to see if there's a Steve. So he would not have been a sheriff. Yeah, that's what I thought. walking upstairs. Okay, so I'm looking at comments here. James just heard a voice. And Chris is saying that she did put a new battery in there, and that would have been last week. This is just odd. Thanks, Bob. We're really proud of that timeline. Christy researched the names on there, and I designed it. And we actually won an award for that timeline. And it works really good for as a resource for our, oh, there's Dan again. It works as a good resource for our investigators. We're working on getting some more exhibits like that designed. Thanks, Dan. It's really bright. Okay, so James says he heard it when I was asking Chris about the battery. Low male voice. Okay, we'll go back and check that out. Thank you, James. I appreciate that. And we're hoping by the end of the month, when we open back up full time, that we've got a lot of new exhibits. So we're definitely really proud of what's being done. And our spirits seem to really like it too. Oh, thank you guys. Do you like it that people come here to visit with you? Okay. So I'm sort of in the middle of this circle right here with the rooms all around me. Ooh, there's a cold breeze right here. What I was going to ask is, can you go in a circle around me? Can you light the lights up in this circle? Like you're walking around me? Dan's turning the light on. Dan is just trying to distract me, but you can keep that light on. Can you walk in a circle around me? I have the EDI in my arms. I need to sit that down here. Actually, thank you for reminding me, James. All right. Yeah, now we've got cold right there. Like I said, I'm feeling cold. We've got a cold spike. It's showing 77.3. I guess that's where it was, where I was holding it under my arm there. I appreciate that. It's a good question. Bob wonders if death cures you of your addictions or does it stay with you? Is there anyone in here who was in here for drugs? Anyone in here for moonshine or for alcohol? Do you still, if you like alcohol, do you still crave it? Maybe I just, anybody want some alcohol right now? Okay. Thanks, Chris. Good night. Does anybody does anybody like tobacco? Cigarettes? Bob says he quit smoking 13 years ago and still gets cravings. Do you still get, okay? Who, the person in room 2 still gets cravings. Do you want a cigarette? I don't smoke, but I've got some cigarettes down there in my bag. I'll give you. Now we're about to call it a night. Oh, I don't know what that was that flashed in here. I thought it was flashlight, but I don't know. Would anybody like a big old steak or baked potato? I know I would. Okay. Who down here likes chicken over steak? Is there anybody in here like chicken instead of steak? What about fish? Okay. You let that up quick. Is anybody, so you like fish, huh? Okay. That was loud. There it is. There it is. I don't know if that was upstairs. Or if that was in here. I really needed to leave a camera or a recorder. Thanks, James. He didn't hear that. It's all that talk about food, isn't it? Yeah, I hear you. No, I like potatoes. I'll eat potatoes with about every meal. Do you? Do you like potatoes? Why am I here? I'm sure that wasn't a car. Okay. I think here in a minute we're gonna call it a night. Yeah, I'm with you, Bob. I know if I was dead, I would miss eating too. I'm a Taurus, so I love everything food. Um, that's that's the way to my heart, is through my stomach. Oh, must be Chef Dan's as well. Is that why they call you Chef Dan? Were you actually a cook? Oh, that one lit up right there in front of the room. I'm gonna step right here. So were you a chef? Are you a real chef? Banging upstairs again. I don't think it's anything in here. That sound. And this is the kitchen. Really got to get a broader flashlight for in here. All right. I'm going to go ahead. All this talk about food is making me hungry. And at this point, we've been on for an hour and 49 minutes. I think it's been a really good night. So you did hear that time. Every time that light turns on in there, I keep hearing something. So I'm gonna go ahead and walk on down here. Okay. Can't wait to go upstairs and flip the breaker and turn the lights on up there. Let me flip this around here. Okay. All right, guys. Oh, that's cool. James, he says he my hair's kind of weird. He said he heard a female's voice when I came off the stairs. So something we've been getting down here a lot the last little bit, for like the past year, is a little girl. And we get her over there by the stairs. We also get her in the main museum room up here in the front, which would have been where the kids slept whenever the sheriff here lived on site. When you heard the voice, did it sound like it was when you say girl, do you mean like a young girl or a woman? But we do get a young girl back there. Kind of a weird, crazy night. Very active. Thank you all so much for your questions. I think we've the last couple sessions we've done here, we've got a video that we're going to share probably next week about a conversation that we had up in Roy's cell on a daytime guided ghost hunt. It was actually pretty incredible. Gave us some insight into Roy himself. So we're excited to share that. Tonight, it looks like we got activity from Stephen, from Thaddeus, from Jerome and Harvey up there. And Stephen, who was here in the 1960s, worked as law enforcement. So pretty interesting. We'll have to go back, rewatch everything, see if we were able to hear some of those voices. I hope we were able to actually see that shadow here on this, but you know how it is that things don't always translate. It can be ambient light here, but the phone not picking up the ambient light. Let's see. James says it was a little girl. Okay, so we'll definitely go and check that out, because that is the very same spot where people have heard a little girl. Thank you all again so much for tuning in tonight, for providing questions, comments. We kept it pretty simple on the tools. I absolutely love the simple investigations where you don't feel like you're pressed to get anything and everything. You're able to really dig down. So if you are just tuning in and missed the first part of the live, we basically just went with the tripwires and the EDI box, used the grid light for just a little while, and tried to use the thermal. It just didn't translate well on the camera there. Next time we will do another live. We'll bring the SLS and see if we're able to capture some type of movement, put it on the tripod and see if we can capture some type of movement that would go along with the tripwire or along with the night guard shift change. We'll also bring the Ovilus in. The Ovilus has been on point here the last couple times, and that'll kind of go into the story of what we experienced last Sunday on our daytime guided ghost hunt. So we'll be sharing all of that as well as sharing some other interesting things. What is next week? My calendar is not down here, so I can't look and I cannot pull it up on my phone here to talk about what's going to be on next week's show. But if everything goes as planned, we will be back next Thursday night for another. It's the 13th. Okay, thank you, James. I need to check and see who my guest is, because I can't remember if this particular guest that I'm thinking about comes on next week or if it's the week after. But regardless, it's going to be a great show. And if you are looking for something to do, consider coming out to the jail here for Valentine's Day or to Historic Rugby. And you can find our Valentine's events that we're doing on historyhighwayshaunts.com. Actually, I think I may, let's see here. Yeah. historyhighwayshaunts.com for, that'll take you to our main website. And then you can either go to the jail site or go to the Historic Rugby site and book your special Valentine's event. Also know we are offering extended nighttime investigations here at the jail through March 9th. When the time changes, we go back a little bit on the, we will be going back to the 6.5 hour investigations. But right now you get an 8.5 hour investigation here at the jail for the price of a 6.5 hour. And we still have dates available because we're booking it every single night of the week, 7 nights a week. You can book that investigation. And the only ones that aren't open are the days that we already have booked. So if you have any questions, reach out to us or go on to historyhighwayshaunts.com. Go to either the events page or go to the paranormal page to book your special event. So anyways, hope everyone has a safe night. I think we're in for some pretty severe storms for the rest of the night here. If you are in the Tennessee area, southern Kentucky, I know these areas are getting hit kind of hard with storms tonight. So please be safe. Hope everyone has a wonderful weekend. And again, thank you so much for tuning in and doing this investigation with me. It was an absolute blast. I always enjoy it, and I look forward to more coming up this year. So take care, everyone. I'm going to go get me a steak, and I hope y'all have a good night. Bye.